Now, to convert a fraction or a decimal into a percentage, we just multiply it by 100 and add the percentage symbol. So let's have a look at some examples. So example A, convert each decimal into a percentage. Okay, now if you think back to converting a percentage into a decimal, we divide by 100. This time around, we do the exact opposite. We multiply by 100. So 0.72, okay, if you multiply that by 100, all you need to do is take the decimal point. Instead of moving it to the left, we're going to move it back to the right hand side. And so that's going to be equal to 72, and we need to add the percentage symbol. What about 0.268? Okay, I'm going to multiply that by 100. We're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay, so that's the same as 26.8. And we just add the percentage symbol at the end. So 0.268 is equal to 26.8%. Last one, 0.34 recurring. So this is just 0.3 with lots of 4s, actually lots of them, unlimited number of them. We're going to multiply that by 100, okay, which means we're just going to move the decimal place or the decimal point 2 places to the right hand side. So it's going to be equal to 34.444. There's a lot of those. Add the percentage symbol at the end, but we could write that with the recurring or the recurrence symbol, 34.4%. Okay, you can use your calculator, of course, to do these. Okay, I think it's easy enough to do. So if we pick, for example, 0.268, okay, multiply that by 100, and of course, you get 26.8. Press the SD button. Okay, we'll convert between fraction and decimal form. Okay, now let's have a look at converting fractions into percentages. So the first one, 13 over 20. And again, we're going to multiply that by 100. But when we multiply that by 100, we're multiplying the numerator by 100. So that's the same as 13 multiplied by 100 over 20. And we add the percentage symbol at the end. But we need to simplify this fraction. Okay. 13 times 100 is 1,300 over 20. Now, there's a 0, top and bottom, that we can cancel out. If the numerator and the denominator end in a 0, we can cancel that 0 out. So that 0 can cancel with that 0 there. Okay. And the answer stays as a percentage, of course. 130 divided by 2. Okay. And that's equal to 65%. Now, if you just want a quick way of being able to do this mentally, okay, but you just need to sort of plan it out a little bit, you can use short division for that. Okay. So if you want to use short division, okay, 130 divided by 2, you get 2 into 1, you can't do. 2 into 13 goes 6 times, remainder 1. 2 into 10 goes 5 times. So that's how you can use short division. What about 7 over 8? And again, we might use short division for this one as well. So let's multiply the numerator by 100. Okay, so that's equal to 7 times 100 over 8. And we add the percentage symbol at the end. Okay, so that's equal to 700 over 8%. Okay. Now, we could use short division there, or we could notice that the numerator and the denominator are both even numbers. So we could divide the top and bottom by 2. Okay, so 700 divided by 2 is equal to 350. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And if you want to at this point, you could use short division. You try to make the numbers as small as you can. So let's use some short division now. Okay. So 4 into 35. Okay, well, 4 into 3 you can't do. 4 into 35 Okay, it goes 8 times. Okay, since 4 times 8 is 32. And that leaves a remainder of 3. 4 into 30, okay, goes 7 times. Okay. Now, that also leaves a remainder. So what we have to do is we have to add some more zeros at the end, after a decimal point. So 4 into 30 goes 7 times, remainder 2. 4 into 20 goes 5 times, and we add a decimal point there. Okay, so the answer then is 87.5%. Now, if you want to, you can use your calculator to do that directly. Okay, so this is just using some mental strategies there. Okay, so 7 over 8. Okay, if you multiply that by 100, you get 87.5%. Okay, and the last one, 2 over 3. Okay, we're going to again employ the same strategy here. Okay, so we're going to multiply the 2 by 100 over 3, and then we're going to add the percentage symbol at the end. And that's equal to 200 over 3%. Okay, but let's see if we can do something about this fraction there. Okay, and convert that into a mixed numeral. All right, so again, let's use short division. Okay, so 3 into 20, okay, goes 6 times, since 3 times 6 is 18, and that leaves a remainder of 2. 3 into 20 goes 6 times, and I'm going to have to add a decimal point and add some zeros. Remainder, 2. 3 into 20 goes 6 times, remainder 2. 3 into 20 goes 6 times, remainder 2, and the pattern continues. Okay, so we could write that with the recurrence symbol. Okay, so 66.6 with a recurrence symbol on top, or we could write it as a fraction, 66 2/3%.